Welcome to Movie Mental Moments. I'm Angela Amber. So, I'm here because there are so many mental health conditions that I can educate you on. That's why I've decided to take my favorite movies and find characters that exhibit symptoms to particular mental health conditions. Though I am a professional mental health nurse practitioner, this is just for entertainment purposes only. So I have to get that out there. So you ready? Let's go. So the movie that we're doing today is New Jack City. It is my favorite movie. Like, who could not love Wesley Snipes? He's so sexy. So in the movie, he played Nino Brown. And this character showed symptoms really similar to the disorder, narcissistic personality disorder. So I'm about to get into it and tell you exactly what that looks like. Now, a person that has narcissistic personality disorder, they have a feeling of grandiosity, which means they are better than everybody. They are on top of the world, and there's a need for admiration, and they lack empathy. Like, you could literally be in the worst pain of your life, and obliviously, they can't even give you any type of sympathy or anything because they can't make that connection. Okay, so as you can see, Nino done walked in the club with his people. He pumping his fist. He got his people with him. He's feeling himself. You know, narcissists love being admired. They love feeling revered. And as you can see, everybody knows who he is. They're giving him that feeling. He's feeling very special. They love to feel special, like they're unique. Ain't nobody on their level. And if they talking to somebody, it's going to be somebody that they think is on their level. So in this scene, Nino, when he notices he's in danger, he automatically screams out, "Cover me!" You know, he's not worried about this little girl that's next to him, any of his family. He actually picks the little girl up and uses her as a shield. It's a shame. Nino, seriously? Like, shame on you, Nino, for real. Shame on you for that. Not to mention, this girl probably has lifelong trauma from what has just happened to her. But that's a whole nother disorder and everything that we can get into in another movie. But as you see, the girl is okay. She's all right. But this again shows the type of person he is and how he lacks empathy. And he just does not care. He only cares about himself. Now right here, he got his girlfriend with him, who he's been dating for a while. And I'm a little bit torn about this scene. I'm going to tell you why. Because in a different type of environment, I would actually like what he did to her. If you know what I mean. But so in this one, it really shows that narcissists cannot deal with criticism. And it's really hard for them to show hurt. And when their self-esteem is injured, they can do things like what he did to her. He grabbed her and he poured the champagne on her, whatever. Because inside he felt humiliated and degraded. And so a lot of times they respond with rage. I hated her wig, by the way. It was a lot of things aesthetically that I did not like about this movie. As you can see, the dudes are in the back playing that big ass cello. Like, it's just not. So this little trick right here with the ugly wig. So she was actually involved with Nino's brother, G Money. But of course, she wanted the more powerful brother when she saw him. So she's flirting with him and all this stuff. And Nino, of course, he's like, yeah, it's feeding into his self-esteem, into his image and all those things. So he could care less that his brother had already smashed this girl. He's like, I don't care. She's making me feel like I'm the man. I'm Superman. So I'm going with it. So he showed lack of empathy by sleeping with her because obviously G Money kind of showed that he kind of had some feelings for this girl. And so when you're a narcissist, you tend to make romantic relationships with people that can boost your self-esteem. Again, she's up here dancing, showing off in this ugly wig, and he's sleeping with her. And then he finds out that the whole thing is infiltrated. The whole drug thing they got going is infiltrated. And of course, what is he going to do? He's going to blame it on everybody else. As narcissists do, they do nothing wrong. It could have not been anything. He couldn't have been slipping. It's not that by the time he was here sleeping with his brother's woman, so to speak, he could could have been tending to his business, but he's not looking at that. Of course, he's pissed off now, so he calls a meeting with everybody, the whole CMB. He's mad. Now, granted, as a boss, as Nino is, it probably is good to be a narcissist in order to run that type of business, to make millions and millions of dollars. But in real life, like real people like me and you, that really isn't really a good thing to be, you know, for everyday living. So he's called this meeting to talk about what happened, whose fault it is, who infiltrated it. So narcissists really have unreasonable expectations of people. You know, they think you can like jump to the moon and back without any type of issues in a matter of seconds, no problems or anything. And they want 100% compliance, just 100% everything. Give all you got. They don't care if you tired, if you sick, your family ain't got no money, like nothing. They don't care about it as long as they're getting what they want. And that is what Nino is showing. Like, he's not looking at this pretty like objectively. He's just in a good way. He's just not looking at it that way at all. And what a narcissist can also exhibit is jealousy. And you can see that by him stabbing, I can't remember his name in the movie, but the light-skinned dude, and he calls him a pretty motherfucker. Well, obviously, if he's saying it that way, that's something that he desires to have. He wants to be light-skinned. He wants the curly hair. And back in the 80s, that was it for the men, okay? So they can be very jealous and envious. This scene right here just really broke my heart. It really, really did. They are brothers. They are blood. Nino could clearly see that his brother had a drug addiction problem. It's so evident. He could have exiled him to Africa. He could have ousted him, or sent him to rehab or something. Clearly, he had the funds to do so, but no, he didn't do that. He had this long talk with G Money, as if they were going to work it out, talk about their differences, and he even sheds a tear. Like, he sheds a tear, which I don't even believe that tear was real. I don't know. Sometimes narcissists, maybe they can show a shining light of some type of empathy that they can have or whatever. And ultimately, in the end, I guess he just could not identify with his brother's feelings. Like, everything that he was saying, talking about, he just couldn't identify it. And as you know, it takes a team to do things. And G Money, he helped his brother build that empire. He really, really did. Nino couldn't see it. It's all him. It's all him. So at the end, what did he do? Blow his brains out. CMB. Man, we all we got. Am I my brother's keeper?
Yes.
And that's it. He blew his brains out. I cried. I've cried so many times because it was so sad. But Nino is a cold brother. He's a cold brother. So basically, that's how it ends, and how he showed that he is a true narcissist.